Hey guys, today we've got the new 75280 501st Legion Clone Troopers set from LEGO Star Wars. It has 285 pieces, recommended for ages 7 and up, and includes 6 minifigures. 1 501st Jet Trooper, 3 501st Clone Troopers, and 2 little battle droids. And the builds in the set are the 501st ATRT, and we've got 501st colored BART Speeder over here too. You see we got a Clone Trooper riding there, got a Jet Trooper, another Clone Trooper up here on the ATRT, and then just the battle droids down here fighting the Clone Troopers. And around back we've got another angle of the set with one of the battle droids, his hands up, getting caught by a 501st Trooper. And then over here we've got battle droids still fighting, and then we've got some this guy's just kind of sitting here in the ATRT, you know, just kind of watching. He's got a pair of binoculars up there. We've got our Jet Trooper fighting the battle droid, and nobody's currently on the speeder. You see, the posability on this is that the legs can move for the ATRT, and there's stud shooters on the front of the speeder. So, let's open her up. So we can see our box has some of these little push tabs. It's got 2 of them on there. If you push in to open it up. These are kind of tough to open sometimes. Doesn't look as easy as the box makes it look. And makes it look like you just push in, but you gotta use some force. There we go. Got 1. Got 2. Alright, now let's open it up. Okay, so it looks like inside you'll find 2 numbered bags, 1, 2, and instruction manual, got a sticker sheet. So we've got some logos, just some basic coloring, we've got 501st logo there, so time to build her up. First up, a look at the minifigures included in bag 1. You get one of these new 501st Clone Troopers with white arms instead of blue. It's just got a normal blaster, clone face underneath, newer clone face with a darker flesh tone. Get this awesome helmet with some like shadowing underneath it printed on it. No waist printing, no waist or hip printing. But you do have toe printing and leg printing. Pretty good print on the front and back of the figure. And then you get 2 of those in bag 1. And then you also get 2 of these battle droids. Just a basic tan LEGO battle droid, nothing special about them, same articulation. Head can move up and down, arms can move up and down. One arm is curved and has a sideways hand, one arm is straight and has a hand that can hold a blaster, and then legs move. They don't move independently, and you've got a stud on the back. Alright, so these are the only minifigures you get out of bag 2. You get another regular 501st Phase 2 Clone Trooper. The only thing different about him is his blaster. He's got one of these extra long blaster rifles with a black candlestick piece on the end. So they made it like a custom rifle for this guy, kind of. And then it's literally the same everywhere else. But the special thing about the other figure here we've got is 501st Jet Trooper. So he's got different helmet print. It's got little red markings on him. And we'll just bring in our 501st clone to compare them. Entirely different helmet print. With some red markings and 4 stripes on the top instead of 2. And those 4 stripes don't lead down like the normal 501st does. And he's got blue shadowing instead of gray, like the 501st. And then he's got 3 stripes on his chest that don't extend down, unlike whereas on the regular clone trooper, it has 1 stripe that it extends down into 2, and then their leg prints are the same. And then you also got this awesome blue jetpack to match the 501st for our jet trooper here, and their back prints are different also. It's like the same gear and everything on their back prints, except you got some blue markings on the jet trooper, which is pretty cool to have a special minifigure in a set like this. Look at this cool blue jetpack piece. Put them back together and begin with the build of the ATRT. First up, we've got our 501st ATRT. So to start, we have the posability in the legs, which have quite a bit of posability, but the balance isn't the best, and that's not quite a good look. So really the only way to do this is, because with these plates and tiles and G-slopes, there's limited articulation with this, so you can't keep this level while keeping a foot up, unless you want it to be like barely up, but then that just looks weird. It's like just tilting to the side. So what you want to do is get them both feet next to each other in the same spot. Push down on both feet. Move one or the other forwards. Hold down the one that's forwards. If this happens, and then just do that, then you have it in like a walking position. And then the only downside is, well, there's really 2 downsides. Is first the stud shooter, which is fine, great for play. I just wish they had included like a decorative blaster under it. But the nice thing about stud shooters is that you can take your battle droid, put him right out there, aim at the battle droid, put your hand behind there in case you miss, and then push down on this great dark gray piece to fire. See, I missed, so now that's the one problem about stud shooters. They shoot good, but you lose studs all the time. So we're gonna go find that. We've got that, so we'll reload our stud shooter. But they normally work pretty well for shooting, just not the most accurate thing ever. And then the other obvious feature is gonna be on pretty much any Star Wars walker besides like a polybag or something. It's going to be the ability to seat your minifigure in the, not really a cockpit, but just up here on top of it, on top of the ATRT, with control panel. You got a control panel, some handlebars for your clone to hold on to, and this happens a lot. this piece on the heel will pop off the foot. So you have to be careful with that and make sure that stays on. Otherwise, there's nothing that really falls off. Like these antennae back here, you can hit them, and since they're on a hinge, they're not going to break off. Got 2 clips for, got a pair of binoculars here, and here you can put a weapon or any other accessory that you have for your clones, or Battle Droid if you want to put him up there. But basically, just take it, clip it, not that complicated. But then seat your clone in here, get him to hold the handlebars. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get him. Only hold the handlebars. Sometimes it gets a little frustrating. You can't get him to grab onto the handlebars completely. You might want to bend. Oh, so that's the thing. They will, if you hit them too far down, like here or at the base of the antenna, they will, this entire brick will fall off the back. So you want it, but when you're trying to get your minifigure in there, you want to fold these down, and that'll give you a little bit more room for your hand to get your minifigure in there. And once you get them in there, push down on them, and then up. Fold the antenna back up, and they're just kind of riding up there on top of the ATRT. Pretend they're firing your cannon here. And then there's one more thing. You can't put your jet trooper in here. That was the other downside to this set. You can't put your jet trooper in here because of the seat. I mean, you can just pop that out, but then you'll just have studs back there when you have any other figure in there. But there's a really awesome thing here. So normally there would be a jumper plate, a 1x2 jumper with a single stud in the middle, that has a clip on it. I have a clip piece on it holding these handlebars on. Well, this time it's different. They have the handlebars connected to a 1x2 clip piece that's in there with the single clip coming out of the middle, and it's all these pieces are on top of it. So when you go to pull your minifigure out, instead of the handlebars coming off, you just rip the minifigure right out, and the handlebars will not come off. And next we have our BARC speeder, which is right here. Our clone already on it, but these handlebars are even cooler than the ones previously. They can individually be manipulated, like this. That way you can have one hand on the handlebar of the speeder, and then the other hand of your minifigure on a weapon or another accessory. Now, the one thing that I wish they had on this was a clip for the blaster, or any other accessory, I guess, if your minifigure is going to hold both handlebars. Because then you just kind of have it floating around, and it's going to get lost eventually. So I prefer to have my clones just hold with one hand. But you've also got 2 stud shooters here at the front of the speeder, which is a pretty big speeder, but it looks really good. You've got 2 stud shooters here at the front, which kind of detracts from the look by them being so wide. And now if they're like flatter and skinnier, they wouldn't be so bad. But then you can line up your shot, and we're definitely not going to miss this time. You can knock down the Battle Droid. And of course you've got 2 of these, so in case you miss, you'll have another shot. And we've got this really cool piece up here at the front that they use to get these curves right. And I guess this is supposed to be like a vent here. We've got like another vent on the underside. And then these can be rotated if you want to. They're not really meant to be, but they can be. These on the back spin way easier. And this entire piece will pop off if you try to spin them too much, though. So you want to keep these, straight, and then try not to break that piece off, because as you can see, there's some weapons on the back of the speeder, and those will pop off if you break off that gray piece. But otherwise, it's pretty good. And I think you can fit your Jet Trooper in here. Let's see. That's the other thing. This is what I was talking about earlier. All the handlebars will just come off. Whereas when there's other pieces on top of it, they won't. So I think this is how they were. Yep. Okay, so we'll get our Jet Trooper. Come in here. Can we fit him? Oh, almost. You can have him just hold on to the handlebars and kind of seat him in there, but he won't reach the studs, unfortunately, due to that jetpack on the back. So you can kind of have him sit like that. You can on the ATRT kind of have him lean forward and hold the handlebars, but see, and then this piece will pop off. That's the only main issues with this, though. And you've got lots of stickers throughout the set. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the BARC speeder. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the got 7 stickers on your ATRT here, but in this control panel here is a print, but there's not any other prints in the entire set. So you're not going to be buying this for any special print. You're most likely going to be buying it as an army builder with these minifigures. And especially this special, super cool Jet Trooper in here. Definitely go good with the army. And then just 3 normal clone troopers. And it's really good to have, some of them have different weapons. One of them has this rifle with the candlestick piece on the end, which you can just use as a normal rifle, and it has a black candlestick piece stick on the end. And then, so one of them could be like your sniper or whatever, and then the other 2 are just normal. And then, of course, this one's got the jetpack, and the special, like, red markings, and just different blue markings, but different blue markings. And, of course, you get your 2 battle droids, which are not much opposition to 4 501st Troopers, an ATRT, and a BARC speeder, considering one of those 501st Troopers is also a Jet Trooper. So, it's not much opposition, but it's better than nothing to get these battle droids in the set. And these are just normal battle droids, have the one curved arm that has both clips on it are facing the same direction. You get the headpiece, you can move up and down, or forward and backward, however you want to see that. The legs that don't move independently, unfortunately, but still good, because you can pose your minifigure around a lot. And then you get the one straight arm that can hold a weapon, because these clips are not facing the same direction. One of them is facing, I guess you can call it sideways, and the other one is facing up and down. So you can hold a weapon in one of his hands, and you can always swap their arms out and have one of them have 2 curved arms, one of them have 1 straight arm, whatever you want to do with that. Because the best extras included in this set, extra pieces, are 1 curved arm, 1 curved battle droid arm, and you also get 1 straight battle droid arm, so you can have one of them dual wielding with that extra straight arm without having to take the straight arm off the other battle droid. And you've also got the stud on the back, which you can use to give him a backpack or a clip for his weapon. You've got the little indentions for like the eyes or whatever. I know they're not eyes, but like sensors. And then you got a pretty good mold for the head. And everything else is just normal battle droid legs, nothing special. It's just a normal tan battle droid, basically. And that's it. That's what you get in the set. And I didn't mention this earlier. You get a pair of binoculars, too, which is pretty cool. $30 US. And we're going to see if that's a good value or not. Alright, so first up you get 6 minifigures, 2 battle droids, 3 501st Clone Troopers, and 1 501st Jet Trooper. You get 2 builds, a BARC speeder, and an ATRT. And they're both pretty good builds. And you get 285 pieces in the set. So it's a pretty good piece count for $30. And you get some really cool figures here. And you get 2 builds, which is like the ultimate battle pack. Normally they're $15. Come with 1 little build and 4 figures. This one's twice the price. Comes with 2 extra figures and 2 really big builds compared to a normal battle pack build. So I would consider this pretty good value for what you're getting here with an HCRT, speeder, an exclusive figure at the time of the recording of this video. 3 just normal troopers, which are good for army building. One's got a different weapon, so that's nice. And then 2 battle droids, which is normal, nothing special about them. But they're a good inclusion. So I'd say $30 is worth it for this set, especially if you're going to be building an army. Now, if you're going to be building an army, you're only in it for those minifigures. But if you're buying this just as for a kid or as a kid, you're buying this as just one set and one purchase ever, it's a really good value for $30. This was Building Before Bedtime. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video. Bye now.